This video is a demonstration of a Java application built with the EaseFilter file system Filter Driver SDK. With EaseFilter, you can monitor, control, protect, and transparently encrypt file system events in real time. You can also monitor and control process startup or termination in the Windows registry. First, let's see EaseFilter's file system monitoring features. Using the asterisk, we can monitor all file system events on the system. This is a lot of output. You can set a file filter mask to only see the events you care about. Here, we set the filter mask to C /test /**, which means all events in the C:\test folder will be monitored. You can now see all events in the folder being logged. For example, we can see file creation events, open events, rename events, write events, and so on. Now, let's see some examples of EaseFilter's file system control features. We can deny all file reads in the test folder using this command. Now, if we try to open the text file in PowerShell, it gets blocked. Once the filter is disabled, though, the contents can be read. We can also make the folder itself inaccessible by denying file listing. Now, let's move on to EaseFilter's transparent file system encryption features. Using this command, all new files in the C:\encrypted directory will be encrypted. We also configure Notepad as the only process that is allowed to decrypt files. Note that in production, an SHA-256 hash or a certificate signature can be used to validate the process. Here, a password is used to create the encryption key. Let's create a new encrypted text file. Notepad is allowed to decrypt files. However, Notepad++ cannot. If we open the encrypted file in Notepad++, it receives the raw ciphertext and can't read any text. Let's now examine EaseFilter's features for monitoring and controlling the Windows registry. Just like with the file system, we can monitor all registry events using an asterisk. Specific key names can be monitored too by adding a key name mask. We can also use EaseFilter to control access to registry keys. For instance, let's prevent our special key from being deleted. As you can see, deletion in the registry editor is denied. Using EaseFilter, we can monitor processes on the system. For instance, let's monitor all Windows system executables. Now, if we start a new PowerShell, that will appear in the logs. We can also control process startup and termination. Let's prevent the command prompt command exe from starting. Now, if we try to start a command prompt, we see that the process open is blocked.